It's Della, D-E-L-L-A-A. Gotta get over you, get over you, gotta get over you, get over you. You want my love, you want my love, gotta get over you. What's up, y'all? I'm back with another video. This is another story time. If you haven't watched my last story time, then go ahead, click on that video first, because I kind of like touch bases about what I'm finna tell y'all now. So if you haven't watched that, go watch it now. It's about the first time I got drunk. Like, I was like blacked out, honey, like gone. So go watch that. I'll even put the link in the description box, so you can go do that. But this is about the time I had to literally choose up. I had to choose between A or B. Before I even started my sophomore year, I had started dating this guy. We're gonna call him Pepper. I had started dating Pepper, and we had been kicking it real tough that whole summer. By the time school started, because we did not go to the same school, we ended up losing contact. I think he like didn't have his number no more, or you know, didn't have, like, got rid of his phone. I don't know what happened, but we lost contact, and I was pretty upset about it. Like, you know, I really wasn't interested in nobody else. So this one guy, we're gonna call him Larry. Okay, we're gonna call him Larry. Every time Larry would see me, he would always be like, hey boo, give me a hug, give me a hug. And I used to be so annoyed, like, you know, because whoever he wasn't for me. And I just used to be like, dude, like, go away, go do something. And I think at the time he was dating a freshman. He had like a lot going on, and this is before I even knew all of this. I just knew I wasn't interested in him, and I'm just throwing that out there because it's a part of the story. So me and this other girl, we were real cool back in high school. Like, we had fell out for a short amount of time. She's a Pisces, I'm a Gemini. If you know Pisces, you know Gemini, you just know, okay? We had fell over something really stupid, like literally us being stubborn. And we got back cool our first dance. So we go to the dance, and she introduced me to her brother. Like, you know how that, y'all know how it go. Like, bruh, when you claim somebody your bruh, or you're like your sis, like, you know. So she's like, this is my brother. We gonna call him Saul. This is my brother Saul, and this is my sister Della. I don't think nobody called me Della in high school. Like, she just probably said this is my sister. But anyway, she was trying to like hook us up. I knew who he was because he was a senior. And I remember seeing him last year. You know, he played football, so I'm like, I know who he is. And like I said, I wasn't interested in guys in high school. I just wasn't. I just felt like it was a very messy situation when you did date someone in high school. I think that night we exchanged numbers, and we just like was texting and talking on the phone, and he was cool, whatever, you know. Even though in the back of my head I was kind of sad that, you know, Pepper went MIA, but you know, I guess I could move on. Like, it's high school, like, you know, live a little. We had started getting real cool, real close, or whatever. So as we get into our relationship, you know, I kind of forgot about Pepper. I'm not really worried about him. I don't even know how Pepper came back up in it. Oh, I know. This what happened. Valentine's Day rolls around. Salt got me like a handmade gift. Now, back then I was like, you know, that is so cute, you know, it's the thought that counts. You know, it's always cute when my kids make me cards. But at the same time, we was clowning him, like, cause on the back he drew a barcode. Look, my friends talked about me so bad because of that one detail. Like, you could have just left that detail out. You didn't have to draw the barcode. Then he gave me a teddy bear that looked like, if you're watching this video, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to roast you or nothing. He gave me like this black bear that looked like it was like his little brother's. Like, it was his bear that he had since he was like a baby. Like, it was his most cherished bear. It was kind of like dusty looking though.
You look dusty.
So we was like, okay, you know, because everybody at that time coming to school with big balloons and the big cards, you know, because usually dudes was going to like Walgreens to get the little Valentine stuff. So, you know, I didn't really know how to feel. I felt like, oh, that's really cute, because I feel like he put some thought into it. And then at the same time, I'm like, this little half-a gift, like, you know, a little bougie a little bit. We walk into like the BART station or whatever, and from a distance, mind you, I was eating at the time. I was like literally stuffing my face with a burrito because I just loved burritos back then. I was like a Mexican food fanatic. So I'm eating or whatever, and we hear somebody yelling like, Shardella. So I'm like, you know how you hear somebody call you, but then you don't. So you kind of just like did I hear somebody say my name? So he yelling again, Shardella. So we all look and I'm like, who is that? So we all look and it's Pepper. Who pop up on Valentine's Day. Out of all the days that you pop up Valentine's Day. So he walks up to me, he like, what's up? He like, oh, who gave you this gift? So my other friend, she's like, my brother. Like, she was offended. Once she realized who he was, she was not here for it, because of course she's the one who hooked me up with Salt. So she was just like, no Pepper, you know, none of that. She knew how I felt about him. He like, oh, my bad, you had to say it like that. I think I ended up getting his number. I don't know how I did that. Somebody got it for me, or numbers was exchanged again. So at that point, I think we like talked on the phone for a little bit, and I was kind of just like back off. Like I was like interested in what Pepper had going on. Mind you, like during winter break, I had to rewind a little bit. Saul had got caught up for basically talking to his ex, and I didn't even know that his ex was his ex. Like, that's a whole nother story. I guess he came out and told me about it, but I was still upset because it had been going on for a little bit. And you know, if I had known that, I would have not have talked to him, because I really don't do the side chick thing. If you're dealing with somebody else and I find out about it, I'm just not gonna want to deal with you. So I already had that in the back of my head, like, you know, not really knowing if I could even trust him or if he was even being loyal. So I'm just like, you know, I need to explore my options. I need to make sure, you know, I'm making the right choices of who I want to give my time to. So speed back up. I basically like start putting little secret stuff on my MySpace. Why did I do this? I don't know. You know, back in the day, like your headline was like basically like your mood. Like whatever you made your headline was your mood. So I made my headline something, trying to be like incognito with it, and not really thinking that he was watching my MySpace page, because you know, it seemed like more of a girl thing to do, to go like watch pages. We never really imagined the dudes be lurking, but of course now I know they do. But like back then, I didn't think he really was like going on my page to see, you know, what I'm putting on there. It wasn't like Facebook, you know. Larry comes to my door one day and he's like, you know, Salt went to jail. So I'm like, what? Salt went to jail? So I'm like, what's going on? Like, what he go to jail for? So we get back to school. I'm talking to my friends about it, like, oh my gosh, he didn't went to jail, like, you know. But I'm like, you know what, all I know is Pepper better not go to jail. There was some incidents where he had to go to the hall before, so I was just like, you know, he better not go to jail. And then like boom boom boom, what happens? He goes to jail. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So they both are in jail. Salt got out first. At this point, I was kind of like going hard for Pepper. Like I had like completely just thought that, you know, I'm finna just be able to talk to him on the low. Anybody gonna know? And they knew. Larry like basically told me like, you know, Salt wanna know, is you back talking to Pepper, and you need to come holler at him and all this other stuff. So I'm like, oh my gosh. I felt some type of way. I didn't want to face him because I felt a little embarrassed. Like, you know, when you get caught, you do be a little embarrassed. He's like, yeah, so I heard you back talking to your ex. Like, you know, like, you just gotta let me know what you want to do. But, you know, when my ex came back around and tried to talk to me, I didn't continue it. I let it go. I told her it was bad, blah, blah, blah. I'm really trying to make you wifey, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, all the stuff that dudes just say back then that sounded good to us being young. But, like, yeah, right. So, I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I actually was considering it like, okay, maybe he's right. Maybe I do need to move on. Maybe I do need to just let that go, you know, because in my head I'm thinking, you know, he is a nice guy. He seemed like he got a lot going for himself. He both really the opposite of each other. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. Like a day later or the same day, Pepper gets out of jail and calls me. Hey, I'm out of jail. I want you to come see me. Did I go see him? Yes, I went to go see him. I went to go see him after me and Salt just had this great conversation. We're moving forward. Nope, not Della, not yet. Two of my friends, we go see him, and I'm like, cheese from ear to ear. There's like even a picture. If I could find that picture, I'm gonna try to insert. No, I'm not gonna insert it. I lied. But there's a picture on my MySpace of that day. Long story short, there's like this big thing that happened. That's gonna be a separate story time because it gets a little crazy. Something happened that caused us to kind of like fall apart, me and Salt. And we never really officially broke up, but we did just completely stop talking. Like, we just stopped talking. Not even a hi, bye. Like, we didn't know each other. At the end of the school year, I remember everybody was going around getting their yearbook signed, and I ended up signing his yearbook because, you know, I don't like to hold grudges or leave things like where they're like, we're not cool, like we're not on talking terms out of anger. So I always try to like mellow everything out and make sure, okay, we good, regardless of what we do, where we choose to go, we cool. So I ended up signing his yearbook, and I don't know, I just wrote something like, you know, no matter what, it's all love. Like, I hope everything goes great for you, blah, 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 blah. So that summer, he ended up texting me. So I'm like, okay, this random. So he basically was like, you know, how you been, what's been going on? And I kind of updated him, told him, you know, I was still dating Pepper, whatever. I was kind of like sharing some concerns with him because I was having like crazy dreams and just things that was making me feel a little unsettled, which now that I think about it, makes sense. So he was like, you know, well, I would never treat you like that. I would never do this. I would never do that. Talking about like the dreams I was having. He was like, you know, but you gotta just let me know. You gotta choose up. He wanted to like kick it with me before he kicked it with me. Though he wanted me to like basically choose between him or Pepper. So I'm like, okay. And at the time, me and Pepper were having a little bit of like a little moment where I was kind of like, you know, feeling like he wasn't really putting the same effort to spend time with me or see me. I don't know. I kind of was like wondering like, you know, should I stop talking to him? So I called him up and I'm like, hey, you know, you need to let me know if you're serious or not. Like, if you really want to be with me, like, you got to let me know. Otherwise, you could just do you and I could do me and we could just be done or whatever. So they're like, nah, I really want to be with you. I want to work everything out, blah, blah, blah. Like, you the one I want to be with. So I'm like, okay. I text Salt and I'm like, I'm going to be with him. And he's like, all right, bye. Literally, like, that was it. He didn't text me ever. He didn't even like, oh, okay, you sure? Like, it was nothing else to discuss. He got his answer and he was done. So I'm like, okay, sheesh. After I graduated high school, like well on like when I was like 19, 20, me and Salt did end up becoming back cool and hanging out and stuff like that. Just like on a friend's tip, but I ended up choosing Pepper. And man, it's crazy how life go. That is a story time about me choosing up. I don't think I've ever really been in that situation again. Comment below if you ever had a moment where you had to choose between two things that you really love or you really like, or even a similar situation where you had to choose between two guys. Thank y'all for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up. Hit that post notification bell if you haven't done it, because when I upload again, I need you to be ready. Somebody's knocking on my door. I'm gonna be back. Who's knocking? It's the baby trying to get in. Chubbies. I'm doing a video. How am I gonna do the video? Look, I'm doing a video. What you chewing on? Give it to me. No. Ew, what? Ew. Nasty. What's your YouTube channel called? Talk to your supporters. Say, hey, my supporters. Say, hit the like button and subscribe to Mommy's YouTube channel. Say bye-bye. Oh, you just gonna be camera shy now? You don't want to talk? Oh, you just gonna wave? Oh. All right. Go see Daddy. I love you. Bye-bye. So, I'll be back. I hope I did the story time right. If not, I'm not gonna film it again. I said what I said. Period. Oh. Period. Hey, I done seen it all. You the same boy.